Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 8 / the showcase game. And we have a treat for you. We got some international competition going on right now. We've got Rexdale's very own Father Henry Carr Prep going up against GB Academy straight out of the Czech Republic here in Orangeville. As the starting lineups are being announced right now, John Akende starting at point guard for Father Henry Carr. Number 5, Shaquan Clark, also getting the start. Number 11, Michael Paulo. Number 31, Denier Campbell. And number 33, Anthony McNish, rounding out the starting 5 for Father Henry Carr. GB Academy. David Jaworski is starting at number 9. Number 12, Matej Dragan, getting the start. Ilya Tertishnik, number 34. And Carl Michzak is getting the start. And finally, number 44, Vernier Kos, is also getting the start. I want to apologize in advance if we get some of these last names wrong for GB Academy. I greatly apologize. We have tried to go over as persistently as possible with the coaching staff to make sure that we got all the names correctly. So just want to get that one out of the way if you're viewing this game out there in the Czech Republic. We're going to try and do our best to not mess up your kids' names because they don't deserve that. They deserve all the exposure that they can get. And like I said, this is going to be a heck of a game. For anybody who may not know, GB Academy had actually had a chance to face TRC Academy of Brantford of the OSBA, earlier showcase out in Rhode Island earlier this season, and only lost by 3. And those familiar with the OSBA are aware that TRC Academy is actually in a fight for first place right now, sitting at 12-2 in the league. So this is a team, expect them to give Father Henry Carr a very good run as the players are shaking hands to kick off this game. And really, one thing more than anything we're going to be looking for right now in this game is GB Academy really establishing their size in the paint to give them an opportunity to really dictate dictate the interior, as the jump is actually won by number 5, Shaquan Clark. One thing you could say Father Henry Carr definitely has the advantage on is speed and athleticism in the backcourt. We'll see if that can give them an opportunity. They had a very, very, very close game in the last game, OSBA game of the week, as Michael Paulo puts up the first shot of the game, and it's no good. Here comes GB. Trying to find an open look, but that's a turnover. Here's McNish now bringing the ball up. Finds Paulo. Paulo to Akende. Akende surveying the land. Tries to attack, kick up. McNish. Very long. But FHC with the rebound. Akende. One more jump shot. No good. The rebound is GB Academy. They try and find it. Here's Kos. Kos trying to get it inside to Jaworski. And nothing happening. And GB is going to get another opportunity at this. Inbound pass. It's Jaworski. Gets it inside. Number 12, Dragon. No good. Inbound pass. Up. That's a foul. Number 31, Campbell. Denier Campbell gets himself to the line after a nice inbound pass there in transition by Akende. Here's Campbell. And he breaks the ice. And we've got our first bucket of the game, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0. No good on the second. Tipped out of bounds. It's going to be white ball. GBA Academy get an opportunity to get themselves on the board for the first time in this game. Here's the inbound. Matchzak. Gets it over to Jaworski. Tertishnik. Tertishnik gets it back. Three-pointer attempt. Count it. Number 44, Vernier Kos. Vernier Kos. Here's Akende. Kicks it out to McNish. McNish, Akende. Tries to take it to the basket. Rims out. Steal there by Paolo in transition. He's going to go straight to the basket and finishes. And this game's tied up at 3. 6:02 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Kos. Kos to Tishnik. To Tishnik. There's going to be a... Tishnik thought it went off of McNish's knee there, but the referee does not agree. And here's Paolo bringing it up. Back to Akende, McNish. Campbell. Over to Paolo. Paolo, crossover. Back to Akende. Akende. Trying to work on the inside. Gets blocked. Gets it back, though. 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and a nice tip in there by Campbell with his left hand. Catching the defense sleeping for the quick tip in. Three-pointer. Count it. Knocks down Vernier Kos. Very impressive shot with a hand right in his face. Here's Akende. To Campbell. Paolo working the motion offense. Paolo's going to go in himself. High layup off the glass. Gets it over to Tishnik. Or excuse me, sorry, Jaworski. Very impressive finish there by Paolo. Here's Kos bringing the ball up. Or excuse me, sorry, to Tishnik. Jaworski. Dragon. Dragon loses it. Trying to get the ball. And there's going to be a jump ball here. And it's going to go Father Henry Carr Crusaders ball. Paolo on the inbound to Akende. Here's McNish. Up, no good. Rebound number 43, Carol Matchzak. Nice dunk there by Kos. On the fast break. GB Academy with a 1-point lead, and there's going to be a timeout, Father Henry Carr. So an interesting start to this game, really. A lot of what we were expecting. Well, actually, not necessarily, as GB Academy's impressive shooting from behind the arc, where Father Henry Carr are in fact the team attacking the paint and trying to get finishes at the rim. Both teams really trying to feel each other out so far. But it should be continuing to be a fascinating matchup moving forward. And with that, we're going to take a quick break before we return for the rest of this first quarter. I'd like to welcome everyone back here. This is the Livvies High School Global Classic, and this is the showcase game. This is the Livvies showcase game between GB Academy out of the Czech Republic versus Father Henry Carr out of Rexdale, Ontario. GB holding an early 1-point lead over Father Henry Carr. We'll see if the Crusaders can get it back. Here's Akende. Out to Paolo. Paolo working off a screen. This is Campbell. Paolo. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Paolo no good. Rebound Kos. And it's Ilya Tertishnik bringing it up. Pass over to Majzrak. No good there. Father and Ricard on the run here. Here's Akende. Over to Paolo. McNish. Takes on his defender. Goes up. No good. There's a rebound by number 12, Matej Dragon. And here's a pass. Kos. Another three. Rims out that time. That's actually his first missed three of the game here. Paolo bringing it up now. Trying to break down his defender. Passes it off. And a basket. Nice little layup there by number 5, Shaquan Clark. Give up the good shot for the great shot. Great finish at the rim. Here comes GB though. Nice find on the inside. Just tipped loose though by Clark. GB gets it back. Find on the inside. Kicks it back out. Great ball movement along the perimeter here. Can't make it count though, as Dragon misses that attempted three. Crusaders up by 1. Kende kicks it out. Nice find to Paolo in the corner, who knocks it down. And the Crusaders are now up by 4 with 2:20 remaining in this first quarter. There's a pass inside now to Dragon. He got bumped by Clark. And there's going to be a few substitutions into the game for GBA as number 21, Bence Buzaki, and number 13, Maros Zaliznak. And they're going to be in for number 43, Karel Machzak, and number 44, Vernier Kos. Into the game for Father Henry Carr is Clythus Griffith, number 30. He's coming in for number 5, Shaquan Clark. Here's the inbound. Tips out. And it's going to be GB ball. Busaki on the inbound. Here's Tertishnik. No good from behind the arc. Paolo now bringing it up. Here's Akende, trying to find it on the inside. Tried to squeeze it into Campbell, but Jaworski was right there. And Jaworski is right there again to pick it up off a possible turnover. Into the corner. Jaworski gets it back. Floater, no good. Rebound, McNish. 1:39 remaining in this first quarter. John Akende is bringing it up for Father Henry Carr, trying to extend this lead now. Here's Griffith. Griffith back over to Paolo. Akende. And Akende trying to find Clythus on the cut to the basket, but I think Akende was expecting Clythus to cut back out for the attempted three. A little bit of mix-up of communication there. GB will get the ball as a result. And now bringing it up is Tertishnik. He's guarded by Akende. Inside now, Buzaki, Dragon, Tertishnik. Back out. And that just rims out. Attempted shot there by number 21, Bence Buzaki. Here's Griffith. Griffith trying to break down his defender. Spin move. Up and in, no good. Great defense there by GB. Here's attempted three, and it's good. And that's Buzaki knocking it down after missing his first two. Here's Paolo bringing it up. 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Crusaders still up by 1 though. Griffith. And he gets stripped by Dragon. Dragon, fast break, can't finish the layup. Dragon, very impressive first quarter. Getting himself a steal, forcing a couple of turnovers, great defense in the paint, and also showing his ability to knock it down a couple of outside jump shots. That's a big frame to try and slow down too. Makes good on the first free throw. Ties this game up at 12. 21 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Now this game isn't necessarily officially a part of the tournament. This is a showcase game between GBA and Father Henry Carr. Father Henry Carr not officially in the Livvies Classic. They've came out today to take on this squad from the Czech Republic. They're up by 1 now. GB Academy, that is. Michael Paulo bringing it up, gets it over to Griffith. Griffith working off a screen, gets it over to Jalen Menzies, who's checked into the game. 8 seconds remaining. Shot clock is off. 6, 5. Is Paulo going to get the shot off? And Griffith trying to get it over. No time left. And Father Henry Carr just running out of time on that one. And GB Academy with the 1-point lead going into the second quarter. And with that, we're going to take a brief break before we begin second quarter action here. GB Academy is up 13-12 over the Father Henry Carr Crusaders here in the Livvies Classic. We'll be right back. And here we are, welcome back. It is the Livvies High School Classic. This is the Livvies Showcase game between GB Academy of Czech Republic and Father Henry Carr of Rexdale, Ontario. GB taking a 1-point lead at the end of 1 as we kick off this second quarter here as Clytus Griffith comes down with the rebound off a missed GB Academy shot. Gets it over to Menzies. Menzies back to Griffith. Griffith guarded closely. Over to Paulo. Motion offense working on here. Nice inside pass to Griffith, but can't get a handle for it. Here's Campbell. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Turnaround fadeaway, no good. And GB Academy with the rebound. Bringing it up is number 43, Karol Machizak. Here's Kos in the post. Number 9, no good. That was David Jaworski. Menzies with the steal. Running the floor now. Looking for an option. Gets over to Paulo. Paulo thinks about it. Crossover. Gets by his defender. Up and rims out. Rebound by Kos. There's Machizak in the corner. 3 is good. Number 21, Bence Buzaki. And GB Academy has extended their lead here. Here's Menzies for 3. No good. There's the inside pass. Machizak, no good. Kos with the rebound though. No good on the post move. There's the rebound. Buzaki gets it out. Kos knocks it down, and that's another 3. And GB Academy showing off that range right now. The post game isn't working, but the three-pointers are. Here's Griffith. Campbell. Paolo from way out, no good. And an excellent box-out job there by number 21, Ben Spazaki, preventing Griffith from getting to that loose rebound. Here's Bazaki. Inbound to number 34, Tertishnik, who's back in the game. He's guarded by Menzies. Dragon. Tertishnik. Inside. Here's Dragon for three. No good. Rebound, though. That's number 13, Maros Zeliznik. And a nice decision there by Matej Dragon, recognizing the mismatch on the size. Takes it into the post. Quick finish with the left hand. And GB Academy has broken this game open. They are now up by 9. Here's number 21, Tadre Morris, trying to get to the basket. Foul and one. What a finish there. And that's how you make an impact early when you come back into the game. And Morse. At the line, shooting one. And that's good. Cuts the lead down to 6 for GB Academy. This is Machizak. Over to Dragon. In the corner. Great ball movement along the perimeter here. Nice find inside. Just can't convert. Nope, there's the tip though. As Maros Zeliznik. Zeliznik trying to get it to finish there. Nice tip in. Here's Menzies. Over to Morse. Morse, step back jumper. No good. Rebound Dragon. He's guarded. Here's Tertishnik. Tries to get by a defender. Zeliznik in the corner. Open three. Count it. Number 21, Ben Spazaki. He's knocked down a number of threes now. And GB Academy, Father and Carr, they need a point here. This game's in danger of getting busted open. Here's Paolo. And they get it. Michael Paolo. Who else? Leading scorer of the Father and Carr Crusaders throughout the OSBAs. He's had a number of very, very big games for the Crusaders, and they're going to need a big one from him They're going to need another big one from him in this one. It's a timeout, GB Academy. 9-point lead for the Czechs. And we will be back in just a moment here in the Livvies Classic. My name is Ryan Greco. We'll be back in just a moment. I'd like to welcome everybody back here. This is the Livvies Showcase game between GB Academy and Father Henry Carr. GB currently up 26-17. And they have busted out in this second quarter, outscoring their opponents 13-4. Or excuse me, 13-5 so far. As Dragon, running hook shot. Knocks it over Shaquan Clark. Here's Menzies. This is Morse. Back to McNish, back to Menzies. Menzies, mid-range jumper. Rims in. Much needed bucket for Father Henry Carr, trying to keep pace right now with GBA. Here's Tertishnik. Crossover, tries to get to the basket. There's a turnover. And here's Morse into McNish. No good on the layup. And those are the ones you're gonna think about and cringe a little bit later. Another great steal though. That's Morse. Paolo tried to get it to Menzies, but that's another steal. Rebound Morse. Bluzaki trying to hit that mid-range jumper, couldn't get it. Here's Morse now on the attack. Crossover, back over to Menzies. Menzies, they're trying to break down the defenders, but a huge block there by Tertishnik. Tertishnik was with him the entire way. You can really see both teams are kind of trying to show their opponents what they're all about. Father Henry Carr now. Crossover in. Morris can't make it. Goes off his foot, and that's going to be white ball. And here's Kos on the inbound. Gets it over to Jaworski. Jaworski's going to bring it up now. He's guarded closely by both Campbell and McNish, and there's going to be a foul, though. Reach in on McNish. Here's the inbound. Tertishnik over to Machuzak. Another foul, this time on Michael Paolo. He's going to get called for the reach in on Machuzak. Here's the inbound. Inside the coast, guarded by McNish. Dragon tries to go back inside. Coast tried to reach up there, just a little bit too high. And here's John Akende back into the game, bringing it up for Father Henry Carr. Akende trying the cross-court pass, puts it right into the defender's hands. Fast break, Coast, good on the layup. GBA now up by 11. 1:52 remaining in the second quarter. Here's Akende bringing it up. Campbell trying to break down his defender. Thinks again, Paolo, McNish now trying to attack the basket. Strong take to the rim, impressive finish over the taller defender. And here's Coast though. Loses it, Campbell. Fast break, up and in with the left hand. Great finish there. And GBA is going to take another timeout as Father Henry Carr, a couple of timely turnovers, has brought them to within 7, and that's really what they're going to need to consistently keep doing over and over. I think a lot of the backcourt of Father Henry Carr, as expected in this game, just a little bit quicker, a little bit more athletic. And if they start working together like we saw them against Bill Crothers at the most recent game of the week out in Markham, they can cause turnovers against anybody when they work together. We saw a lot of this second quarter, a lot of isolation dribbling happening for Father Henry Carr, and it wasn't finding them much success. And it looks like they found a formula that might be able to put a dent in GBA's lead here, as they've been able to almost do whatever they want offensively at will. So far in this game, at least. So with 1:21 remaining, we're going to be right back into this game in just a moment. This is the Livvies Showcase game, as the timeout is now up. Both teams about to take back to the floor any minute now. And the inbound is going to be GBA ball. It's Karol Machizak that's going to be inbounding it. And he's the one bringing it up. He's guarded by Campbell. And here's the double team right away. The kick over on the inside. Dragon, though. Great ball movement. Tertishnik, wide open three. Knocks it down. Unfortunately, that's the one thing Father Henry Carr needs to avoid happen, is getting those open looks on the three. They got to rotate as soon as that ball gets back into the open man's hand. There's Campbell, turnaround jumper, nothing happening. Great rebound though. Akende. He's gonna cause a turnover stepping out of bounds there. And Machizak did an excellent job there of denying the baseline to Akende. And GBA is gonna get the ball as a result of it. Here's Tertishnik, bringing it up. He's guarded by Akende. Spin around, slows it down. Here's Jaworski, out to Dragon. Machizak looking for an option. There's Tertishnik, wide open, knocks it down again, off the screen. And two big threes from Tertishnik have this lead back up to 13 with 15 seconds remaining in the half. Here's Akende, probably opting for the final shot here, trying to work off a screen. Kicks out to Paolo. Paolo, no good at the half. And Father Henry Carr find themselves down by 13 to GBA out of the Czech Republic. A very impressive show of ball movement, and GBA, if we've learned one thing, if you leave them open, it doesn't matter who it is, they're going to knock down those three-pointers. And Father Henry Carr is going to need to do a better job in that second half of making sure that if they're committing to a double team, they're going to need to be able to rotate back on the open shooter. Otherwise, this game could get ugly, and none of us want to see that. We want to see a very entertaining game and close game. Some things GBA could definitely work on as well, though, is just make sure that they keep themselves out of those double team traps, keep moving the ball as they have. On defense, they've done just about everything you could ask for, playing zone defense, staying in front of their man. We knew coming into this game that Father Henry Carr would have the slight advantage on quickness in their backcourt, and they would think maybe based off of their defense and their hustle, they might be able to cause a couple of turnovers, which they did for a moment there, but they cannot afford to leave these shooters open out of the Czech Republic, because these guys have shown that they can knock down shots without a moment's hesitation. So with that being said, both teams are going to stay out here. No one's going into the locker room. Both coaches breaking down the game plan to each teams on how they're going to approach the second half, but we are going to take a short break. We will be back in just over 3 minutes. It is GB Academy out of the Czech Republic 36, Father Henry Carr to Rexdale, Ontario 23 here in the Livvies Classic. My name is Ryan Greco, and we will be back in just a moment with the start of the second half. I'd like to welcome everyone back here to the start of the second half here at the Livvies Showcase game between GB Academy out of the Czech Republic and Father Henry Carr out of Rexdale, Ontario. GB Academy knocking down some big open three-pointers near the end of that second half to give themselves a considerable 13-point lead over the Crusaders in that second half as Michael Paolo misses the first shot of the second half. Here's the ball getting worked around here. Majrzak gets it inside of Dragon. He misses that fadeaway jumper. And here's Johnny Kende on the fast break. Going up. Can't finish at the rim, though. Here's the work on the inside. Here's Kos. He had an impressive first half. Continues that with a nice little finish off the glass. 15-point lead now, biggest lead of the game for GB Academy. Here's McNish, over to Akende, over to Paolo. Shot is no good. Kos now bringing it up. Here's the inside work. Majrzak. Chatishnik inside to Kos. Turn around, that's going to be a foul on Akende. Got a whole lot of forearm there. It's going to be a foul and going to the line. And this is Kos making good on that first free throw. As you said before, he rims out the second one, but here's Dragon with the rebound. And that size factor beginning to show as Majrzak gets it over to Tratishnik, who steps back for a mid-range jumper, no good. And there's a shot, goes up, and Vernier Kos knocks that down as there was a bit of a mistake on the shot clock. It wasn't reset, so the basket will count, play will continue. John Akende. Nice inside feed to Paolo, but a good stop there, and ball knocked loose by Kos. Here's Tertishnik on the fast break, Euro step, finished with the left hand. And it's going to be a timeout for Father Henry Carr as they have now fallen down by 20 to start off this second half. Not the start that they were hoping for. And really one thing you can take away from watching this second half and even for the most of this game is that you're not seeing a single rushed shot from GBA. Every chance that they get, they're just setting themselves up, finishing their follow through. Father Henry Carr has not been able to get GBA to rush almost any of their shots at this point. And the length and size is taking a toll on the smaller guards of Father Henry Carr as they're just trying to they're walking through a forest every time they're trying to attack the rim. And GBA is doing an extremely good job right now of closing out on the shooters to prevent any kind of shot from getting off cleanly. And full credit goes to this Czech Republic team right now because they are balling out. Here we go, as play resumes. It's going to be Father Henry Carr ball. 5:48 to go here in the third quarter. 20-point lead. See if they can climb back up the mountain. Get themselves back in this game with a couple of good possessions. Here's Akende. Spin move, up, in. Great finish there with the left hand over the much taller Majrzak. Here's Tratishnik bringing it up. He's guarded by Campbell. And here comes the double team. Great find, though, on the inside. And once again, GBA doing a fantastic job of finding the open man once those double teams come. Here's Paolo. Akende. Akende lets it fly. No good. Rebound, though. And a great finish. Number 5, Shaquan Clark. Big board for him. Crusaders just trying to keep pace right now. There's a great steal by Clark. Knocked out of bounds, though, by Tretishnik. And that's the kind of aggressive defense you're going to need to see Father Henry Carr doing to get themselves back in this game, as Paulo is on the inbound. McNish. Move to the basket, no good. Here comes Paulo, kicking out to Akende. Akende resetting, 15 on the shot clock. Akende sets it up one more time. Kicks it back into Anthony McNish. Tries to go up for the dunk, no good though. Gets it back out though. Paulo, 4 seconds on the shot clock, trying to get it. Gets his own rebound, up and in. Here comes GBA. Tretishnik doesn't use the screen. Tries to get the crossover. Akende all over him. Here's Machazak. Out to Kos. Kos, wide open 3, lets it fly, no good. Akende now, fast break. Trying to find the cut. That's denied. Akende now. Trying to find the cut on the inside to Paolo. That's a turnover though. Dragon with the impressive turnover here. Here's Kos. Into Machazak. Thought about passing it. Went up for the shot, and that's no good. And here's Paolo. The dive on the loose ball here. And Shaquan Clark. That was Shaquan Clark and Verness Kos. Or Verness Kos that was wrestling for that ball there. And at this moment, I am actually being joined here by the one and only Tony McIntyre.
How you doing today?
I'm good, I'm good.
I thought I'd come back and try it again.
Nice. OSBA's wasn't enough, needed more.
Exactly.
Well, you've been here all day. Talk to me a little bit about some of the talent you've seen on the floor so far.
I mean, I was really impressed with the game this morning. Obviously, with Thetford and TRC. TRC, you know, gave a good fight there. It's got to be tough for them. They've played a lot of games in the last couple of days, and playing yesterday against Vaughan.
Yep.
I think they lost by 1 yesterday, and then playing yesterday morning as well, and
even the day before that.
Yeah. So it's kind of back to back for them, and I'm sure they're glad to get a little bit of a rest here now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, tell me a little bit from what you've seen so far from this GB Academy, as a shot goes up there by Tretishnik, and that's no good. What are some of the things you've seen so far with this team?
I think they're skilled. They got a lot of bigs that look to, you know, kind of do a little bit of everything. I know they're missing three of their best guards are at home injured, which is why they're playing a showcase game here. But we saw them down in the MPSI tournament, and they're a real solid team with a lot of good prospects and guys that have some D1 offers. So it's good to see them out here and competing and having fun with the guys that are healthy enough to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things we've been I've been talking about in this broadcast for the most part has just been, you know, going into this game, we were expecting to kind of see them use their size to their advantage, whereas Father Henry Carr was going to try and rely a little bit more on their backcourt pressure, but there just doesn't really seem to be enough pressure here to allow GB to even panic in the backcourt right now.
Yeah, I think they're you know, feeling comfortable, and I think they're doing a good job kind of getting what they want right now.
Mm-hmm. As there's an attempt by Dragon, and he gets hit in the face. Here's Clytus Griffith now back on the floor. He's going to go up, and he finishes at the rim. And Father Henry Carr bringing it back down to 14 after being down by as much as 20 earlier in this quarter.
I think Henry Carr's got to get back to what they're good at and picking up full court and putting more pressure on them to, you know, turn them over or at least slow the game down a little bit.
And also take advantage of mistakes like that as Dragon misses an easy layup. There's Akende.
Got to make those.
Yep. especially if you're down like they are. There it is, the foul. And Dragon trying to tip slam it there, but I think that would have went in if he left it alone.
I think he took 2 off the board there, definitely for his squad.
And he's going to take a seat on the bench. I don't know, Coach, did you do that?
I don't know. I think I'd reward the effort for running the floor.
There you go.
I'm really impressed with 44, Werner's Coles. I just really like his game. I think he's very fundamentally sound. He plays so well with his back to the basket and looks for his teammates out of there. And everything I've seen in his footwork so far has impressed me a lot.
Yeah, and you see a guy his size. It's not every day that you see him kind of go from work outside in as he did in that first quarter, hitting a couple of threes, and now getting an opportunity to work in the paint. He's just kind of picked up wherever he's left off, no matter where he's on the floor. Akende to Paolo. Paolo now lets it fly. No good. And Father Henry Carr's shooting struggles behind the three-point line continue. There it is, Sertishnik. Steal by Griffith. Looks up. There's a steal.
Got to convert those easy ones. That's 6 on the board right there.
Here's a shot in the post. Great turnaround move there.
Turnaround.
Number 13, Maros Zaliznik.
Even better that he played through that mishap on the shot clock there.
Yep, and that's one thing we've noticed. It's happened twice now, and these guys don't even bat an eye. They just keep playing.
Yeah, and that's, as a coach, you're telling everyone always play the whistle, and they do a good job at just playing the whistle.
Yep, very well said here. So once again, though, giving Father Henry Carr credit, they're starting to kind of get back into their defensive groove, if you will. They're causing turnovers. You just almost want to kind of see them at this point slow it down a little bit offensively to give themselves a chance to catch their feet.
I think it's, defensively, I think they're fine. Offensively is where they're lacking right now. If they could just convert a couple of these easy transition buckets and layups, I think defensively they're taking care of their job here.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Paolo missing that layup and now just called for the foul on Matrzak. Matrzak, I mean, he's been a problem himself too. You see these guys, they effortlessly shift between backcourt and front court. I have one guy who is working in the post. One set is carrying the ball up the floor. The next one. Here's Paolo for 3. Knocks it down. A much-needed 3 here for Father Henry Carr. Down by 14 here. 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. This is Jaworski.
I think for both of these teams, the hardest adjustment is probably going from 4 10-minute quarters where you have that fourth quarter looking at it down to 8 minutes now.
Yeah,
that's a pretty hard transition when you put that in perspective.
No, absolutely. I mean, and we've seen Father Henry Carr come down from deficits like this to bring it within 2 and 1 against some of the best in the OSBA, like Bill Crothers at one of the most recent games of the week. As Akende now brings it up. This is Clark. Or excuse me, sorry, that's Morse. Tadre Morris trying to go up to the basket. There's an open pass. Inside work now. Zaliznik back out. Buzaki gets the ball over to Kos. Kos gets into the corner to Drago, and he's going to let it fly. No good. And that's going to do it in this third quarter. Tony, thoughts?
I think they just got to keep pucking. 14 points. If they could get it, under 10 with 5 minutes, I think they're in good shape. They just got to start converting. There's about 3 or 4 instances there that we watched. That's 8 points. This is a game.
Yep, absolutely. It's and you've got to imagine the coaching staff. It's like you're telling them the things, they're doing the right things, and then it's there's nothing more frustrating to watch than to see your team do all the right steps until the last one, which is score the ball.
Yeah, and I mean the other key things. I think we talked about this the last time I was on. Was finding guys that Michael Paolo knocks down a 3 on the wing and the ball doesn't go back to him the next possession down. And those are the little things that as a coach you're really emphasizing it. Give him another shot, and you could turn this thing around real quick if Michael Paolo starts to heat up. And I think OSBA play averaging over 25 a game or somewhere real close to that. So he's really got to have a good fourth quarter here for them.
I think that, you bring up a great point. Even if you go back to the Thetford game that happened earlier today, when Lamb, he got hot, they just kept feeding him the ball.
They did. He had, I think at the end of the game, he had 4 or 5 threes, and I think he hit 2 or 3 in a row at one point, or 2, and then a couple possessions, then hit a third one. So, you gotta ride that hot hand, especially down 14. You gotta rely on anyone that's willing to knock down some shots here.
Absolutely, well said. So it's going to take a quick. Actually, I don't think we're going to get a chance for a break in here. We're just going to keep on going. So once again, you said it, Tony. It's quick. It's quick.
It definitely is. Quick for everyone. Referees got to work a little harder. And,
yep.
Players are not used to the 8-minute quarters, but I like it from the standpoint of I think the guys have to play harder.
Yeah.
They have 8 minutes, and you start to see it. I was impressed with Thetford's defense and how hard they played and how hard they rebounded the ball earlier.
Absolutely.
And, you can't sleep on anyone here.
Well, that was the X factor, right? Any chance that TRC had a chance to get back into it, it was, Thetford's defense really kind of locked them down. But moving on to this game, Akende now with the ball. He's going to attack the basket, and he's going to get fouled.
And they need more of that. They need more drives to the basket, getting fouled where the clock stops, and they can score points with no time coming off, and that's going to bridge that gap for them.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing definitely you've noticed in that first half, especially, was a lot of falling away, a lot of trying to avoid the contact and take shots, and it's just not necessarily a smart thing to do when you're facing a team that's this big. You have to get comfortable with, as they say, walking through the forest, I guess. If you're going to attack the rim, you got to attack with.
Especially against these guys.
Yep.
You're playing some big dudes down there, and guys that are 6'8" and bigger.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And they only have 2 guys on the bench. Take advantage of that.
7 guys, make them run, make them work. Press and trap, and that's what Henry Carr does well. That's the staple of Henry Carr basketball, and I think we're going to start seeing it right here.
Yep. There we go. There's a pass inside. Dragon fakes the pass, tries to lay it in. Rebound, knocked out. He thought he had Jaworski there on the wing and wasn't having it. And that's it, though. They miss a shot. You got to take full advantage now.
Yeah.
12-point lead for GB Academy. 7:26 to go here in this game. Akende bringing it up. Finds Griffith. Griffith right to the basket, up and under. What a finish there.
It's +4 in the first minute.
Absolutely. That's it, though. And I don't think he was expecting him to attack him the way that he did. Here's Tatishnik.
Oh, great cut.
Great find inside to Kos. Excellent layup. Griffith bringing the ball up. Over to Akende. Guarded by Tatishnik. Goes again. Up and in. Great finish.
You attack them every time. We got a timeout there. So, that's the key right there. We're down to a 10-point game. We're right where they needed to be. If they could get it even closer by 5, they're in good shape. But they're attacking those bigs right now. And like you said, they got 7 guys. They're not, really contesting anything at the rim right now.
Absolutely. Well said. It's 50-40 or 6:48 to go here in the fourth quarter. GB Academy out of the Czech Republic taking on Father Henry Carr to Rexdale, Ontario. So if you're Coach Melnick there right now, what are some of the things you're trying to tell your team to get back into this?
It's keep attacking. We're getting the stops on defense. They're going to hit some shots, but get the ball back up the floor, attack their bigs, attack the middle, get in the paint, try to get fouled, try to get the clock to stop. All the things that they've done in the first, minute 30 of this quarter. I'm watching the GB coach, and he's really getting into his players here, and you got to like that. There's You look at the players' faces, and they're tuned in.
Yep.
There's nothing that he's saying that they're not attentive to right now.
That's very well said, and you can see he was very animated as well. Even when his team was up by as much as 20, he's sitting there getting on guys for not covering cuts, not contesting certain shots. And to your point, you said it best, Tony, is that, when you stay engaged like that, your kids are going to be engaged as well. And it's going to make this could make for a very interesting finish.
I think, Henry Carr's coming out of this timeout, and they look pretty loose and realize, hey, we're right back in this thing. Let's go.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see what they could get here off a turnover if possible.
And the press is on. And there it is. Knock a ball loose. Dragon, though, doing well, getting out of it, finds the open man. Here's the corner, Kos.
He's stepped out.
Yep. He's getting called with the travel, actually. Took a step, then a dribble.
I like the fact that Dragon really fought to get out of that double team and exploded up the floor with the ball. That's
absolutely. That's confidence you don't necessarily see from a player his size on dribbling the basketball. And there's another steal on Tertishnik. Inside, Akende kicks it back out. Father Henry Carr still going for it, though. That shot's missed by Morse. And here's Dragon.
With the handles.
Yep, Kos for three. Knocks it down. You can't leave these guys open.
smooth jumper there.
And unfortunately, we just haven't seen Father Henry Carr really even contest any of these threes, even when they have a man on. And Morris, nice spin move there. Great finish at the basket.
Great take. But again, you look in, a great finish, and then they run back. They got their hands on a lot of balls, the first couple possessions there where they turned them over, and then they let them get away with it.
Yep.
Everything's going Henry Carr's way right now.
There it is. And Akende setting his feet on that screen, ends up getting knocked over, and there's going to be another turnover, and Father Henry Carr gets yet another opportunity to cut into this lead, make it single digits even. When you look at where they started this quarter to where they are right now, like we've said, they got a chance. Here's Akende over to Paolo. Paolo trying to break down a defender. Griffith to the basket, and he gets rejected.
And even though that's happening, that's a good solid take, and you got to keep doing it because, 50% of the time that's going to be a foul call.
Well said, well said. Like you said, you don't want to see lean-aways. Just take it to the hole. Inbound to McNish.
Yeah, I think their success had came with John Akende up there just really attacking off the dribble.
Akende, no good on the jumper, but McNish right there trying to get it. Grab for the ball, jump ball here.
That's GB ball.
It is, but they do move the arrow.
It's good to see these guys getting on the floor for it. I mean, showcase, exhibition, scrimmage, whatever you want. As soon as the ball goes up, you want to play and you want to win.
Yep, absolutely. And we've been seeing that compete right now from the Crusaders through much of this fourth quarter. They know they only have so much time. As Paolo, he's guarding Jaworski closely here. Gets the ball over to Kos. Dragon
another one.
Slips it up. Akende to Morse on the inside. Attacks the basket. Foul and one. Count it. Coach, you sure you don't have a bug in the ear of these players right now?
Hey, it's they're playing well right now. They're getting all the stops that they need, and we said it earlier, and you said it, and it wasn't really their defense that was an issue. It was converting on offense, and they're starting to convert on offense now, and they've pumped it up a little bit on defense too. So
very well said. As Morris is going to take, and one rims out. And Dragon with the rebound, and he gets it over to Jaworski.
Those to me as a coach are almost run killers where you get the N1 and can't convert on the freebie there. So
yeah, absolutely. And here's Akende though, getting a chance to go back up to the rim, kicks it out.
Yeah, I would have went up with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'd almost want to. He had the space.
He did. He probably would have had that foul call too.
Nine-point lead here, 4:43 remaining here in the fourth. Morse now with the ball, gets it over to Akende. He's guarded by Jaworski. He's going to try and take him on one more time, up and in, and there it is.
They're having a hard time keeping John Akende out of there, and I think he's just got to stay in attack mode.
Absolutely, and we're starting to see that advantage that Father Henry Carr has on their backcourt starting to kind of take effect a little bit here. Maybe a little bit of fatigue, Coach.
Maybe. I mean, they've cut that in half now. They were down 14. So it's down to 7 here.
Attempted shot. Nice find back into Dragon, and there's going to be
got that call, offensive foul.
Another offensive foul, and on guess who? John Akende.
He's just got to keep pushing here on offense. He's got everything he needs. He's doing a little bit of everything.
I was about, yeah, he literally is
the floor.
He's literally doing
attacking
everything.
the basket, taking charges, mopping the floor. I think, if he wants to impress us, I think he should run over there and bring us up some water or something up here.
I need Gatorade.
Yeah,
I need
no
Gatorade
doubt.
today.
BioSteel. Supposed to be BioSteel.
Of course, whatever are we talking about? Here's a Kende. Up
There
again.
He is again. Got to finish that. Here we go.
Yep.
Stays. Oh, GB got it back. This is right here where I'd be pressing and trapping.
Let's see if it's on. It looks like Coach Melnick might have the same idea here.
Yeah, here we go. Just can't get beat long here.
Here we go, the inbound.
There it is.
There it
There's
is.
John had to commit to that.
Yep, had to. Unfortunately,
there we go. They backed up out of it.
Jaworski trying to get it over. Does, in fact, get it over to number 13, Zaliznik.
I think you're going to see Cole over here hit a 3 in a minute.
There's the 3, and there it goes. Right idea, just the wrong name.
Exactly.
And here we are. Here's Morse trying to break down his defender, create some space. Nice attempt on the inbound pass there, but an even better defensive play. And here's Tertishnik, loses a handle on it. And the Crusaders, you can't say they're not getting chances to get themselves back into this game with 3:24 remaining.
They had it down to 7 there. They gave up the 3. They just got to convert here. What they can't do is fall in love with the 3 ball here. There's so much time left. I think if they take a couple bad threes here and allow some runouts, it might be the end of this run. But they just got to take care of the ball and keep with what was working, and that's John Akende being aggressive.
There's Akende. Looking for an option. There's Campbell. 8 seconds on the shot clock.
I need Michael Paulo to step up here and really start to knock down some shots for them.
Yep. Morris running out of space and time there as Tertishnik right to the basket. And John Akende with a very, very necessary foul there to prevent the lead from increasing.
I would have liked to see him try to take that foul a little bit sooner. Could have stepped up and took it on the floor so that they're not shooting here.
Yeah.
And he had a couple to give, too.
Or even at that point, even if you're just going for the ball, you never know. You might get lucky and knock it loose.
Yeah.
Because he's just setting himself up for that move to the basket. That's when it's most vulnerable. No good. Tertishnik missing the first free throw.
I really like the fight in GB Academy, though. They're getting pushed here a little bit, but they haven't backed down, and they continue to run their stuff on offense. And
yep.
I know they're shorthanded, and they know they're shorthanded, but they're fighting out here.
Absolutely. Very impressive performance so far from this academy out of the Czech Republic. Taking on one of the top programs in the country. And here's Griffith. Jumper, mid-range jumper, rims out, but Paulo's right there for the rebound. Tries to kick it inside, but loses it. And I think at this point, you don't want to see guys trying to make passes off balance. Kind of run out of space and time.
I would like to see him gather that and go back up. Again, everything they get right now has got to be in the paint. And
Tertishnik finds the open space. Easy layup. Lead back up to 13 for GB with 2:25 remaining in this game. Here's Akende. Goes for the 3. No good. Griffith, though, excellent job getting to the basket over Kroos and gets the foul to boot.
It's a good finish.
And that's it. You want to talk about fight. Neither team backing down. Both teams doing a great job of attacking the basket here.
No doubt.
And Griffith missing the free throw. It's a rare miss for him. He's got one of the purest forms I think I've seen in a very long time out of a shooter, but not good there.
I don't even mind that foul, really, when we look at that. You stop the clock. You could pin him in here a little bit and see if you could get another steal, quick one.
Here we go. Dragon on the inbound. Looking for an option. And that's a good sign if you're the defense.
It is.
If he has to do that, then you know.
And it's pretty alert of the inbounder, because naturally he would have wanted to reach back out and grab that ball as it's going by him. But
Yeah.
smartly pulled his hand away.
There's a great find now into Tertishnik. He's going to bring it up. He's guarded by Akende. Akende trying to cut down the angle, and there's the double team.
Good step through on that double team.
There it is.
Still got it. There's that turnover they needed.
And there's a big put down there. Tadre Morse, 9-point game, 2 minutes remaining. Here's Kos on the open break. Dragon, Tertishnik
Use
inside.
a lot of clock here.
Great ball movement here by GBA. Working in the post now. Find the mismatch, kick it
Great
out.
pass.
Jump shot, no good, but the rebound is right there for Zaliznek. Dragon. Jaworski. Tertishnik from way out. Rims out, and Morse gets it. Another opportunity here for Father Henry Carr. This is a must
game,
convert.
They can knock this one down.
No good on the three from Griffith.
They'll take. They really move the ball well to each other.
Oh, absolutely. There's a great block, though, by number 31, Denier Campbell. That missed three there by Griffith. That was a heartbreaker for Father Henry Carr.
Yeah, you go back and you look at the missed three there, and then the couple conversions on the and ones they had a little bit earlier, and this is a 4 or 5 point game right now. So it's just capitalizing on the free stuff and the easy stuff. That was a great move.
Absolutely. And Campbell showing off his athleticism there, though, going right. He got right above the big man and sent that back.
Yeah, definitely. He's not backing down.
And here's Zaliznik at the line. And gets the shooter's roll. 1 minute remaining in this game, 10-point lead for GBA.
We're into a little turnaround right after this, and right back at it with, I think, Metro Prep against Thetford.
Yeah, that is right. That's right. That's going to be a good one. This has been a good one, too, though, I must say. Conflicting styles, close game. There's the foul.
And a technical.
And a technical to John Akende.
Which it was. It was.
Yep.
It was a push off there. He's got a, he got away with a lot of attack in the basket early, and you got to live with that. You want him to be aggressive. He's taking it to the basket.
Absolutely, and Dragon's going to take the shots for GBA here with 53.8 remaining. Try and build and possibly cement this win here for GB and give them full credit. They came in, had their game plan, took care of business, never really saw them panic. Even when they were making mistakes, you never really saw them get visibly upset at all whatsoever.
No, very emotionless in terms of getting flustered, but great emotion in how hard they play.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I just solid fundamentally, just on a lot of what they do.
Absolutely.
Catch, look up.
Yep.
Ball's always moving.
There's Kos.
I'd like to see him get another jumper here.
Let's try to go to the basket. Rebound comes out for Griffith. 34 seconds remaining in this game. Paolo pass on the inside. Nice finish there. And there's the find, though, to Dragon. It goes up. And it's going to be a block on the floor, though. And I guess they must have heard you earlier about not allowing the shot to go up.
I just think that's one of the things you notice internationally versus our players in Canada is we're reluctant to take those fouls, and in Europe they use all their fouls and they'll stop fast breaks and not give up easy buckets, and that's one of the things I think we need to do a better job of understanding, especially now that everything's gone FIBA. Yeah,
that's very well said. So what do you say are some of the main differences between FIBA and the rules that were being used, most recently here in Canada?
I think from a coaching standpoint, the ability to kind of stop runs, and you could still do it, but taking a timeout after a made basket, and just the adjustment to being able to dead the ball during play of okay, we're scrambling, let's take a timeout. You really got to rely on your practices now and, and have a lot of stuff structured, getting into last shots, sidelines out of bounds, and just being able to manage the game a little bit better and having your players more comfortable with managing that game on their own.
Great box out job there by Jaworski. And they're going to run out the clock here as Kos is guarded by McNish. 5 seconds remaining, and that's going to do it here for this one. GBA, they come to Canada and they get the W here in the Livvies Showcase game over Father Henry Carr. Final score 64-52.
It's a good showing for them, and I know they've been waiting to play, and they came a long way, and to probably get that game out of the way, they probably feel good right now.
Yeah, absolutely, well said. And of course, very next game, it's a quick turnaround. We got Metro Prep taking on Thetford, so be sure to not miss that as we move on to the next games. Of course, my name is Ryan Greco. His name's Tony McIntyre. Thanks for joining us for the end of this game.
Hey, thanks for having me on anytime.
Appreciate it. All right. We'll be back for the next game. We'll be back in just a little bit.